Hey boys and girls, another episode from Commander Revs. Welcome to the channel. What bike am I on? Well, clearly I am back. Why am I back? I'm back because doggone it, I had to do it. This is the bike for me. I'm moving forward in life. So yeah, I bought it. I have no money left, but I think this thing's going to be a lot of fun for the next few years. So yeah, this is going in the garage today. So let's take her for a little ride and end up at home with it. So the double R, have to say goodbye to the double R. Really going to miss you. It's fun. Okay, some initial thoughts as I ride home from the dealership. This bike is all about the V4 engine. There's no doubt about it. Yeah, it looks great. Yeah, it rides great. Corners just phenomenally. I'm just, I don't know, I think the Olin suspension, it's just going to make a guy look like a better rider than he really is. I just love the way this thing falls into corners. But the standout, over the top selling feature of this this motorcycle is the engine. And like I said, you have to hear it in person. You have to try this thing out for yourself. Because YouTube recordings, I don't care how good a camera and audio device you're using, it's just not going to capture the cool factor that this engine has. It's not just the way it sounds, it's the way it feels under you. It's smooth, the torque, even when it's lugging, it just wants to pull like a tractor. When you're not lugging it, it's like, yow. The mid-range is just so much fun. And as I have said, this is why I bought this thing. I wanted that mid-range torque, that mid-range power band that the double R was not lacking in. It's just that it was crazy power way up high and just kind of pretty cool power down low, but this thing is like really, really cool power down low. And I don't think I'm going to miss the crazy high-end power at all, because frankly that's the stuff that gets you in trouble. So yeah, this is the ticket. Seat's a little firm. That might soften up a little as my butt cheeks work their way in, but I don't know, it's comfortable, it's just firm. The TFT is awful small. I wish it was a little bigger. But speaking of small, the manual, look how thick this manual is. And then on top of it, look how small the print is. Hey, come on, give a guy a break, you know, I'm 61 years old here. You know, the 20-year-old kids with perfect vision probably can't afford these bikes for the most part. And, you know, us old geezers are your demographic here. How about about a larger font? Yeah, you know, that's the kind of stuff you have to find to complain about. Really? You know, I gotta wear my glasses to see the TFT. Okay, yeah, I'm not young, I get it. And the manual's too small a font. Whoa, that's what's wrong with the bike? Oh, there's a couple other nuisance things. No fuel gauge, no heated grips. But, I don't know. What else? Nothing. This thing is phenomenal. It's a phenomenon. Phenomenon. Da, 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 da. Phenomenon. Da, 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 da. So that's 2 videos in a row that I have sung on. What the? I hope that's not going to become a regular thing. You hope it's not. Alright, so heading home with my brand new Aprilia. She's going to look good in the shop. Concerning the little bit of a twitchy feel at the bottom of the throttle, I think this is a matter of getting used to it. I think most of the people that have talked about that have been initial reviews. I think anyone who owns this bike for any length of time would probably not even notice it anymore. I tried a couple different modes. The sport mode is supposed to give you the most engine braking, and it might be slightly more noticeable than sport, which I'm in sport. I tried both track and race. Race is less engine braking and track is the least amount of engine braking, and it's subtle. I think I'll have to ride this bike a lot more before I really can notice much of a difference. I can kind of notice it, but it's pretty subtle. This thing wants to pull. Just turns effortlessly. This thing turns better than the double R did. I think. I don't know. Maybe an expert rider would say you're crazy, but I think it's just planted in the turn. You sit higher on this bike. That's a difference. You know, the higher handlebars. You're not tucked down, sucked down into the bike like you are on the double R or any of the other race bikes. But the I don't know. I'm guessing that Olin suspension is making a big difference. The guys that ride the double R Tuono double R, not the factory version with the Sex suspension, I don't think they're complaining about the way this thing handles either. I mean, that's a superior setup too. I think the Olin's is just over the top, and now that it's semi-active Olin's with this constant adjustment for optimal suspension for all road conditions, it's the best of the best. Oh, the quick shifter. So I went a little out of my way coming home just to be able to put a few miles on this thing. Wanted to get my feet wet with it, so I had something to say about it on the ride home. Nothing but smiles. It's the beauty of this thing. You can tuck down in and still go like crazy. I think this bike is the best of both worlds between a super naked and a super sport. It's just a intermediate ground between the two for looks, the styling, and the performance. I think that V4 is the winner. especially the way they have this thing tuned. Now the RSV4, they're packing way more fuel through that thing. It's the same engine, but they get 217 horsepower out of that thing. This thing's 175, so they tuned that thing up to the hilt to get that kind of power out of that engine. But and again, that's because it's a race bike. That would be more suited to be, it would be more of a comparison to the Double R. It's going to have the high-end power that kicks in at a much higher RPM. This thing has way more of the street-worthy, normal use power band. And that's the ticket. Alright, so that's all I have to say about this thing for now. We'll see you in the garage in a few minutes. It's going to look good in there, I'm telling you. It would look good in your garage. If you're thinking about one of these bikes, don't ride one, because you're gonna want it bad. You're gonna buy it. If you have the money, you're gonna buy it. If you don't have the money, you're gonna say, well, what kind of a loan can I get? And you're gonna do what it takes to get this bike. That's how cool this bike is. That's what I did. I wasn't gonna buy this thing. I shouldn't have ridden it. I'm stupid. I have a problem. It's a sickness. I went in there, I rode it, and it's like, wow, now what do I do? I went for like a 20-minute test ride on the thing, and I was just like, okay, you own me. You got me. And you know, I wasn't going to do it unless they gave me a decent trade-in on my Double R. You know what? Those guys down at Leo's South in Lakeville, Minnesota, go see them. Dan's the salesman that took care of me. Jeff, the sales manager. Chris, the finance manager. Shout out to y'all for taking good care of me. Yeah, I paid a lot of money for this thing. They didn't give it to me. It was just, it was a fair deal all the way around. I'm a loyal customer, and I think they recognize that. So shout out to you guys. And yeah, here I am with an Aprilia. Well, here we are, home, safe and sound in the shop, and she's mine. And well, I'm gonna just love this bike. It's gonna be fun. The wife doesn't know I bought this. I know I have a really understanding wife. When she does find out about it, she's gonna be cool about it, because I have a cool wife. She's great about that stuff. So, love you, honey. Thanks. Thanks for letting me get it, even though you don't even know I have it yet. So, my first impressions of this bike are overwhelmingly positive. A couple little nitty things that are maybe not as optimal as I would like. Some creature comforts that maybe the BMWs tend to go for the comfort level. I really wish it had heated grips, a fuel gauge. I wish this joystick was a little more robust and tactile. With the glove on, it's kind of cumbersome. I think I'll get used to that though. But the engine on this thing is phenomenal. The sound of the engine, the smoothness, the pull, the torque, the quick shifter, the look of this bike. I mean, it's gorgeous. So yeah, I'm going to love this thing. It's going to be a lot of fun for a lot of years. So thanks for following me on the journey of purchasing my new Aprilia V4 Tuono 1100 factory. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.